on and on YouTube. So here we go. Take a fixed few seconds, and we'll be live. There we go. We're live. All right. A little intro. It's an interesting day today. Hey, TikTok. Now we're up and we're running. Everything's going here. Good to see you all today. A little bit late today on the broadcast. Had to get some other stuff done, and just put on a few trades that you might be interested in. I have a bull and a bear a bear call trade on Disney. Disney will be reporting tonight after the bell, and hopefully the stock will move actually in this trade lower because I sold 101 options for expiration on Friday, and I bought 102 options. And say, why would you do that? Well, because that's a spread, and basically, if the stock closes below 101, basically I keep the spread money, which in this case, it's not that much. It's mostly about $500. I also increased my position in Microsoft. Microsoft's moving nicely today, and I am moving. I'm moving up as well in a Disney, Microsoft, and then I also put on a trade in Facebook. So that's an interesting trade that I just put on. So hopefully that will come up. And let me get to the first questions. By the way, my charts are going to be on Facebook. So if you're on TikTok, you can move over there and very easily come up. So hopefully I've got sound on here. For some reason I continue to have problems with. There we go. What do you think about VTIQ? VTIQ. I don't know about VTIQ. Let me see if I can get you some more information on VTIQ. But first, let me go over my slides, and we'll go from there. So here we go. Um, Basically wanted to show you the there we go. Come on, add to the live stream. There we go. There we go. Should come up here in a second. There we go. Again, a little bit of bandwidth constraint here. A little bit of bandwidth constraint. But show you my first slides here. Alrighty. There we go. This is the economic optimism index. As you can see, it's moving down. This is the IBD economic optimism index, and I think it's kind of an interesting thing. Even though I believe we're recovering somewhat, the economic optimism is not good. based on the fact that unemployment is quite high. So we're going to look, we're looking at hopefully it returning to normal. But I just kind of wanted to show you that. As you can see, this 50% line is sort of the, sort of where it goes. And then let me give you this. Today's market, though, interestingly enough, is up. So we're in a confirmed uptrend, and all the major indexes are moving up. So the S&P 500, Dow Jones, New York Stock Exchange, you can't beat that. So it's very interesting. Even though we're in the midst of earnings, and the earnings are likely to be quite bad, we're moving up. So go figure. It's just a very, very strange market. Um, I just wanted to show you several of the stocks that I'm looking at now. This is what they call the Can Slim Select list, and this is basically one of the most stringent screens that you're going to get for stocks to look at potentially buying. Now, the most uh, it seems as if the market is moving into the healthcare, which is the most defensive of all the sectors, and Anthem is on number one, Humana, Intel, interestingly enough, and Kirkland Lake Gold. Now, I want to kind of talk to you a little bit about KL. I think KL is a good safety trade. It's currently trading for about 42, and it's a good way to go. Now, Microsoft, of course, is on the list, and I believe that is the ultimate safe harbor stock. I had 100 shares going into today. I increased to 200 shares, so I'm in the stock fairly heavily. I also sold calls to expire this Friday, and if the price exceeds, if the price if the price moves up somewhat to 180 or 192.50, I'll be called out, but I don't care because I will have made a good return on that. So it's a very short term trade, basically a 3-day trade, and that's really what I'm doing right now. I'm not long. I'm long, but I'm long for relatively short periods of time. I'm primarily in, pretty much the name stocks right now. I closed my position on the Spider yesterday, as the Spider was again moving up. I can't quite get get a feel for the market, because typically when the market is moving down, I'm going to short the Spider, but but I'm not going to I'm not necessarily going to always short the Spider, and that's why I closed the position. So I can't quite figure out the how that's moving right now. So I am short. Um, I'm short that, and I've closed my position, and then I have positions in Disney and also in Microsoft. Let's see. Okay. So let's see. Let me pull up. Uh, uh, Let me pull up a chart here. Somebody called about Nicola William. Let me pull that chart up here. I just want to take a quick look at that chart to see kind of where we're going there, and see if I can pull up a chart on on that for you here on the screen. I'm trying to get my all right. It should move here, and there we go. So um, those are the Cancelum selects that I have. Um, and I just want to show you a chart of Kirkland Lake's gold, which I think is also a great trade. I'm currently not in the stock, but I will be. I will be probably if it holds up. I'll probably be entering this stock next week. Let me give you an idea of what the stock is doing. Again, I'm having a little bit of issues regarding my bandwidth, so I apologize for it not being it not coming right up and right in line. So, anyways, let me see if I can take some questions from there. What is happening to the SQQQ? Well, the SQQQ is I believe moving down because the volatility has moved down somewhat, and I think that hopefully I'll pull this up right now and give you a gander at this. When the there we go. Let me pull it back to the other screen so I can pull that up. Okay, what's happening to the SQQQ? Any thoughts on RTTGR? Good question. Let me look. For some reason, I am still not. There we go. Okay. Oh. Again, I'm super bandwidth constrained, and I don't know why I'm so bandwidth constrained, but I seem to be. So, hopefully, I can give you these give you the on the screen. Just take me a second. I don't have it up currently. So let's see. All right. So let's see if I can make that happen. All righty. And hopefully this will pull up Investors Business Daily here. And you'll just wait a second, and we should be up and running. Hold on. Thanks for bearing with me on my crappy machine. All right, let's see. Did you enter Microsoft yesterday? And what was the signal? Well, the signal on Microsoft, I entered Microsoft yesterday, and the signal basically was it had exceeded. There's a buy point on Microsoft at 180.10, and it was right below that, but I felt that there was momentum, and that's when I entered the trade on Microsoft. I bought 100 shares, and indeed it did move up beyond that. I bought another 100 today. This is how I leg into a position typically, is that I will buy right before a buy point, and then as the buy point is achieved, then I typically will buy in more. Now, just to protect my downside position, I always sell a call. I a call out, and with the great thing about Microsoft is they have weekly calls, which allows you basically to sell the right to buy it from you. Um, to basically buy it from you at a set price. And I set this at um, I I set um, I I set oh oh goodness gracious, it just won't let me. It won't let me. Me. I have to move back to the other chart. Unfortunately, my browser it basically crashed, and I apologize for that. All right. Well, let's see. Let's move back to this. The slides seem to always work, but the browser not so much. And I just don't have. It seems like not enough horsepower. There we go. Okay. So now we can move back to. There we go. All right. Let me see if I can get you some more information on the SQQQ. All right. There we go. Finally. I mean, I'm. It's coming up, and all right. Hopefully, it'll come up here in just a second. As you can see, the Dow is strong today. I don't quite know why it is, but it is. That's why I've closed my positions. The SQQQ obviously probably is not doing well because the Dow is up. Typically, it runs inverse to the so. Oh God. Well, there we go. Okay, let's see if I can get. Let's see if I can get a chart for the SQQQ for you. It is just crawling. My machine is just crawling today. There we go. Come on. Mamma mia. There we go. Let's see if we can pull up a chart now for the SQQQ. Sorry about this. I apologize for my technical difficulties here. Um, let's see. Do you think